Welcome, replay viewers, to another edition of Steel Doug's Idea here at FrameableFaces. What's up? Hey, Euro Maestro. How you doing, buddy? Long time no see. Hey, Downtown Photo. Let me just set up here on my handy-dandy Archon mount. Hello, Marissa. Hey, now. Hey-o. Hey, Anita. Hello, Mello. Hello, Drake Boggs is here. Hey, Dima. Hey, Claudia. How are you? Guess who? Drake is here. Howdy, Barbara. Hello, Street Gallery. Stop it, Drake. Yes. How's everyone doing today? Waiting to Exhale is here. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, Marissa? Off so much, I lost my usual singing welcome. I know. Well, usually it makes the singing welcome does better when it's me and Allie both. But Allie's not here right now. I know girls be sweating Drake with his guitar. Hey, Beck. Hey, Vincenzo Landino is in the house. What's up, Vincenzo? Everybody follow Vincenzo Landino. Oh, hey, how you doing? Do you need me to sign? UPS interruption. Talk amongst yourselves. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. All right. There you go. Thank you. Cohen.
Thank you.
Yep.
Have a good day.
You too. Business must go on your pick, right? All right. All right. So, hey. We got a little Vicky Natalia in the background, and we're going to talk Snapchat today. There's Vincenzo. Follow Vincenzo. He just said, hey there, folks. The reason that I invited Vincenzo in specifically to this one, and we talked about him last week as well, but he's where I got the idea for Steel Doug's Idea today. So see what I did there? I stole Vincenzo's idea, and now I'm letting you steal the idea I had that I ran with from Vincenzo's idea. Snapchat tizzle. See how that worked? So actually, it's still Vincenzo's idea. But no, I'm not going to do that, A. Minui. I know what gives. Yeah, it's all good. I put your name right in the title. Put your name right in the title. And hopefully everybody follows Vincenzo, because Vincenzo wrote a great article on Medium about Snapchat geofilters. I'm good. What's up, Brock? Hey, Jeff. And so we did one. We took Vincenzo's advice. We went through his really his great article, which I'll also tweet out today, which was a pretty good how-to. Hey, Lori, is it really stealing if you give credit? Well, exactly, right? Exactly. And as we all know in this show, the whole point is I want you to take the idea. I'm giving it to you, so you're not really stealing. But Vincenzo's article was a pretty good how-to on really how to go about creating a Snapchat geofilter, and so we did one, and it worked out really nicely. And so I'm going to show you how we did it. I'm going to walk you through on my Mac here how to make the Snapchat geofilter, just to give you some idea on how it works, how simple it is. She's not here, Brock. This is my show that I do on my own, Steel Doug's Idea, at 1 o'clock Eastern Time every Monday. And then Allie and I will be back tomorrow morning for the Doug and Allie Morning Show. Oh, thanks, Lori. That's really nice of you to say. There's Allie. Allie's in the room. Okay, so, yeah, I know. Everybody loves Allie, right, Vincenzo? I love her, too. Okay, so let me move around here to the Mac. And I guess you should stop coming to Mondays. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so let's go first to, hang on, I just want to make sure I get my mount in the right place. I know the creaking is loud, so I apologize. Permission to be a thief, permission granted. Okay, so here is the article. Ah, man, it's a little bit, hang on, let me move my keyboard out of the way. Sorry. There we go, that's a little better. Okay, so here's the article that Vincenzo wrote, Snapchat on-demand geofilters, and I will tweet this out afterwards. Oh, thanks, Lori. And so it was a hip new way to spend $5, which I thought was a very catchy title. And it was a quick how-to. So there's a podcast here that Vincenzo did with Jed Record, and they talked about the cases for Snapchat geofilters. So I listened to the podcast, and then we went in here. And what's nice about geofilters, first of all, hands up or thumbs up. Actually, how about a thumbs down for anybody who doesn't know what a Snapchat geofilter is? And if you're not using Snapchat, because I'll try to speak to that too. Okay, Beck does not know. Okay, so let me explain. Jen does not know. Okay, so really quickly, when you do a Snapchat, okay, you use Snap but not geofilters. Well, here's what it is. When you do a Snapchat, wherever you are, if you're in a city, if you're on a campus, if you're at some special place or event, when you hit the button and take the photo or the video that you load to your Snapchat story, before you load it to your Snapchat story, you know how you can put text over it, how you can draw on it, or you can swipe your screen and there's filters that are available. Some of them tell you the speed limit, if you're doing it from a car. Some of them tell the temperature from where you are. And some of them might say, they might have like a little logo of like the city that you're in. It's a geofilter. It's based on your geography, where you are, where your phone is telling the GPS that you are. So it'll automatically recognize if you are in Detroit and you take a photo of the Renaissance Center, the GM headquarters, or if you're in New York, you take a picture of the Empire State Building. If you swipe the screen, you'll get to a filter that'll say New York on the bottom, probably with like a Statue of Liberty, or it'll be like a little New York logo at the bottom. Filter, kind of a misnomer. Well, it's a filter. It's considered a filter because some of the filters I guess filter might be a misnomer, but some of the filters are like you can put it into black and white, or you can put like a color filter on top. So you can filter out the colors, or you can filter out certain things. So the fact that it's like an overlay is why just in general, they're all called filters. Does that make sense? Either way, it's an overlay, exactly. So when you swipe, it's an overlay that'll recognize where you are geographically. So if you're in a certain area, okay, so the on-demand geofilter opportunity is the opportunity for you to create your own on-demand geofilter that you can place basically a fence, a virtual fence around a certain area that when people are within that area, they'll have that filter available to them. You can pay for this. Yes, geofilters. And you can have them for that day swipe and have the filter that you want them to have, and you can pay for it. What's up, Lana? That's the term for effects you can put. It's like an overlay. Exactly. So what we did is we did our own on-demand geofilter with the FrameableFaces logo at the bottom, so that when people were here at our studio or in the hallways of the mall where we are, they could do a Snapchat and they could do an overlay that would bring them a little FrameableFaces logo, so that they could Snapchat our logo. They approved it overnight, Realtor Melinda. Overnight. We submitted it on a Friday for the following day, Saturday, and by Friday night, actually it wasn't even overnight, by Friday night they had it approved. Well, it can last as many days as you want it to, Gina. It's up to 30 days, and we paid $5 for 1 day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So exactly, Vincenzo. And Vincenzo is here, so Vincenzo can answer questions too, because Vincenzo was the one that published this article, so he's very knowledgeable on this. Can take up to 3 days to approve. Thanks, Vincenzo. So yeah, feel free to hit Vincenzo's comments and ask him questions as well if I can't get them all while I'm showing this, okay? Because I'm going to turn this around and go back. And we're going to show you how I made one, okay? And then I'm going to show you the results. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'll show you the results right now first before we even go to it. Okay, so let me pause the music. That way you can see what I'm talking about and what the goal is while we're going through this, okay? Yeah, I suppose it would be $150 for 30 days. Now, Gina, yes, $5 for 24 hours, but here's the thing. There is an element of where it is. So to Vincenzo's point in the article he wrote, if you wanted to make a geofilter in Times Square, I doubt it would only be $5. So certain areas are more expensive than others. But let me show you this little video. We're talking about geofilters, on-demand geofilters for Snapchat. So here's one that I did. I recorded this from my Snapchat. You can see our logo at the bottom. So there's our filter. And let me play it. This was on our Snap story yesterday. Looking good. Thank you. Rocking it. Okay, so that was from our Snap story. That's with our senior, our high school senior. Behind me, we were doing her high school senior pictures. Yes, you can do it for events. You can do it for all kinds of stuff. And then I screenshotted one that our senior did on her own. This was from her Snap story, okay? So she sent this out to all of her friends. You can see the little chat button here at the bottom and the little, timer on her Snapchat. I took this from her Snap story. So she snapped that out to all of her friends, all potential, clients for us. Her friends are all, hopefully, a lot of them are high school seniors to be who see that she's at FrameableFaces getting her pictures done, and boom. Great way to spread your message, right? So that's the result. So let's show how we did it. All right, let's show how we did it. So I'm going to, once again, I tweeted this article. I'll tweet this article out after we go. This is Vincenzo's article. He talks about how they work. Here's an example of Vincenzo's own filter that he uploaded. Here's the map that shows how you can select your dates and times within the Snapchat interface. And this is online. So this is on the Snapchat website, which we'll go to in a second. Only available in the US now. Okay, I didn't know that. So thanks, Vincenzo. Yeah, see, Vincenzo knows this stuff inside and out. You can pick a location, create a geofence. Here's the little map showing how he did it, and we're going to do that in a second. And then you pay and you wait. And then here's one that Jed did personally. So you can actually select when you go in there, whether it's for personal use or for business use. Jed did one, hello from Jed's house, which is kind of fun. And then he went into a little bit about the implications and how powerful this can be. And then, as a matter of fact, if you want, you can even, you could probably get a good screenshot of that if you want to add Vincenzo on Snapchat. Okay, I'll leave that up for one more second. And then we're going to go into the Snapchat site and we're going to show you how we made this. All right, cool. All right, looks like everybody got that. Okay, so now I'm going to go up and I'm going to click on the link that took us to the on-demand. Let me put Vicky's music back on so we have a little background. Whoops. Okay. Download Vicky Natali's new album, by the way. That's what we're listening to. She's amazing. Okay, on-demand geofilters area. So this is snapchat.com/on-demand. See that up there? See that URL at the top? snapchat.com/on-demand. That's where you need to go. Okay? You could put a real frame with your logo in your studio for clients to stand behind every day. Yeah, there's a lot of things you could do. I mean, in theory, if this really started to make sense for, getting a return and people really using Snapchat and your clients using it, you could justify maybe doing this every day, $150 a month for people to advertise your studio. It's definitely something to think about, right? Right now, I don't think we're going to do it every day, but we're definitely going to do it on certain days. That's for sure. Hey, I'm Jay Klein. How you doing? From across the world in Taiwan. Okay, let me just, I want to try and fit this whole screen in. There we go. Okay. Snapchat. There it is. Yes, thanks, Cherry. Okay, so now we go in here and we go to Create Now for people and businesses, on-demand filters. So we'll click the Create Now button. Okay. And I logged in before. You can see I'm logged in up here with my Snapchat account. It'll just ask you what your account name is. Fake name. Was this your idea? It was Vincenzo's idea as far as I know. It was really Snapchat's idea. This is my idea today. It's to create a Snapchat on-demand geofilter and just to show y'all how I did it. All right, so here you have a couple options here. You have your submission guidelines, which kind of walks you through it a little bit. You can click on that. Talks about geofilters, places, dates, types of graphics you can use, submission tips, and business guidelines. So there's a lot there. Does that not work for businesses or temp geofilters? It does work for businesses. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to call him back. Okay. And it'll stop ringing in a second on Allie's. Hey, Bishop. Okay, so here's all your submission guidelines. It's very comprehensive. And now we're going to go back to... Now here you can download some templates. If you don't really have one ready, you can hit that download button and it'll give you a bunch of templates you can use to upload a file for the geofilter. We actually just, Allie just used our logo and she just photoshopped it according to the guidelines. So the guidelines are all in there. Now we go to, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to choose file. Okay. And there's a few other steps in here that I'm not covering because it could take a while, you know, just in terms of being able to make a filter that meets the pixel guidelines and the right size and the right type of file. That's probably a whole nother tutorial. And if you need help with that, you can always DM us and Allie can show you. But I'm going to go down to the one that Allie created. And I'm going to give you one tip here. In Photoshop, if you guys are Photoshop people, use the Save for Web and Devices to get your filter down to below 300 kilobytes, because that's the size it needs to be. That's just one tip that we found. Okay, so here's the file. So I clicked on the file and it populates it right into the iPhone screen. See that there? And there's our logo at the bottom, right there. So that's the filter that we submitted. Just that there would be a FrameableFaces logo here at the bottom of the smartphone when they're in the app. Okay, so we choose the file, hit next. Now we're choosing the dates and times. If I mock changed my GPS to FrameableFaces, you could use our, you could, Noodles, you could use our filter from London. Well, it's just based on the GPS that you outline. I mean, it wouldn't know that that's where our business is or where it wasn't. Snapchat wouldn't know whether there was a FrameableFaces location in London. So you could do that. If you want Allie to send you the filter so you can use it, we'd be happy to. That'd be funny. In theory, you could, yeah. I don't know that we would. I don't know that. I mean, you could. Then you could let people think you were here with us, Noodles. Okay, so here's the calendar. You pick a day. You just you're just tempted when I had it on. Yeah, it'd be so funny, right? So you just click on the date that you want. You go up here. You click the actual time. It's really granular. I mean, you can pick the date and the time. So literally you could have this on during an event, as Vincenzo said. If you have a 3-hour event or a party and you just want to geofilter it during that time, you just pick that date and that time. So we'll just create something for the heck of it, because I want to get you to, so we'll say, we're, you know, just for the heck of it, we're going from March 30th to March 31st, and boom, there's our date. Now we're in the map. Okay, here's where you do your geofencing. So I'm going to go over, and I'm going to show you how we did this. It's really cool. We'll go all the way across the United States here to Michigan. Whoops. Sorry. There's West Bloomfield Township. There's Orchard Lake Road. There's Maple. Now we're getting close in on our mall here. Look how deep we're going in here. Okay, can you guys see that? Sorry about that glare. Okay. So here's our mall. Whoops, that's really close. Okay, so wait, hang on. My mouse is giving me some trouble here. Making it difficult. Here, oh, here we go. Here's the, sorry about that. Hang on. Okay, so here's what we want to do. Our store, so our mall, if you can see it, this is our mall right here. And our store is like right here in the center of the mall. So what we did, click Draw Fence to begin. And now, here's the other thing that I did. Sorry. I went into the satellite view. Okay, this is why I was having so much trouble. Okay, this is what I did the other day. I did the satellite view so I can actually see the building. This is our mall. Okay, right here. This is our mall. And our store is about right here. okay? So what we did, you click the button and it places a little spot. Can you see what it just did there? And now I can place another one right here by the door, by the entrance, and now it starts to connect these dots. Can you see how I'm doing this? I'm placing these dots. And there's my geofence. Can everybody see how I did that? So I just went around and I placed all of these little dots. And once I connected them, it gave me my geofence. So this is the area where people are going to be able to use the geofilter. So basically it covers my studio, which is right here. It covers this hallway, and this hallway. So I'm not really concerned about people using the geofilter in the other stores, for example, but I do want them to use it like in the hallways. Why not outside? Okay, so that's a good question, but here's why not outside, Dawn. And I actually have to go in and tweak this, but here's the thing. As you are tweaking your geofence, look at the size here. Right now it's 34,836 square feet. So I needed to fine tune it a little bit to get down to 20,000 square feet, which is the minimum. And the more square feet you have, the more expensive it is. So I didn't really want to go outside because I don't feel like people are going to be Snapchatting outside. I want them to Snapchat while they're here in the studio with us. You know, if they visit, that's when it's going to be on their minds to do it. Or maybe they'll do it in the hallway in front of our studio. But if I went too far outside of the mall, I would start paying for people to geofilter or Snapchat from the parking lot. And I didn't feel like it was worth it to spend the money. So like if I take one of these little dots and I move it in, let's see if you can see as I'm doing this. So right over here is my cursor, okay? And over here is the size. Keep your eye on the size as I move the cursor. See, I brought this part in just by a little hair, and the size went down. Thanks, Vincenzo. The size went down a little. So it literally, I mean, it's really granular. It gets right down into the exact square footage. And so, Vincenzo, you saw when I posted it, you were like, good job with the geofence. Well, it took me some fine tuning to get down to 20,006 square feet, which is what cost me $5. If I went too much higher than that, yeah, exactly. You can make it huge noodles, but you'll pay more the higher you go. So that's why I really wanted to fine tune it and make sure that every square foot counted. So say I decided that I didn't want to use, the hallways. I could just bring this down and do it that way, and not too many dots. But there's, the more dots you have, the more dots you drop, the more you can really, change the shape. You can really get granular with it, depending on if there's a wall or like for me, when I did mine, I actually went around like this, because there's like a display that I know is in the middle of the mall where nobody can stand. So I made sure that my geofence went around that display so that I didn't pay for where the display was. So yeah, that's the geofence. Yep, that's the geofence. And then when you go to next, when you're done picking your fence, look at this. Here's your order details. And this is kind of like your shopping cart. Yeah, it'll be great for seniors and for your Safe Grad advertising. There you go, Gloss Graphics. It's great for a lot of stuff. And here's like your shopping cart when you're done. So it tells you, okay, here's how your filter is going to look, okay? And here's how your geofence is going to look. This is what you're paying for. Hey, Jennifer, here's the area covered, 27,314 feet. Here's the cost, $12.52. The start time, the end time, the dates, the whole shot. Hey, Jennifer. And over here is how you pay. And you just put in a credit card, and you pay, and boom. There you go. That's all you do. And then you have your geofence. And once again, for anybody who entered since then, let's take a look at the results, because this is what we accomplished when we did this the other day. Are they picky about approving the graphics? They might be. They might be. The topic, Jennifer, is how to make an on-demand geofilter for Snapchat. So you can actually create a virtual fence around a certain area and pay for it for a certain amount of time, so that when people are there, they can do a Snapchat and they can slide and have a filter that you create that you're paying for. So we did it with our logo. And if you watch the replay, you'll see I just basically walked everybody through it step by step on how to do it. And you can do it for as long as you want, for up to 30 days. You can do it for literally, you could geofence a 20,000-foot area for 3 hours to cover a certain event, and everybody who's there. Isn't it cool? Yeah, so here, I'll show you the results. So this I actually... You've been wanting to move on. Yeah, no problem. And thank Vincenzo ultimately, because he's the man. He's the one that gave me the idea. Okay, hang on. So here's one that I recorded from our Snap story. Okay, while we had our senior Haven here for her spokesmodel session. Yeah, Wendy, it's really cool. So here's one from yesterday. This is from our Snap story. Notice the filter at the bottom. That's our geo filter. Whoops. Sorry. Hang on, I'll play it. This was from our Snap story yesterday. Hey, Haven.
Hey.
Having fun?
Yes, having a blast.
Woohoo! Looking good.
Thank you.
Rocking it. All right. So that was from our Snap story. And now this is the one that she put on her Snap story. Look at that. So Haven was here and she did a Snapchat with our filter. And you can see that I pulled this down from her Snapchat, because you can see the little Snapchat timer up at the top and the little chat button at the bottom. She put that out yesterday, and who knows? I mean, she might have 300 friends that saw that snap. And it has our logo at the bottom as a geo filter. Oh, the things we can do. I know, right? So that's it. That's my idea for the day, to use an on-demand geofilter with Snapchat. And the kids will just see it on Snap. Yeah, exactly. Pretty cool, right, Jennifer? Yeah, very cool. So I'm going to share this out, the link to the article that Vincenzo wrote, because it's a good overview. There's a podcast there. It's got the link right in it. And, yeah. Any questions? Yeah, great branding. Gary Vee used 3 for his event last week in London also. See, there you go. It's so easy to do. It's really easy. The only tricky part of the whole process is making the PNG file to submit in the right size to upload to Snapchat. You got to be able to know how to do that, or ask somebody how to do that. How much? It was $5 for one day, Jennifer. We did it for 12 hours, and it was $5 for 20,000 square feet. Melanie, I can't believe you understood it all. Hey, E, you want to see how picky they are? Yeah, it's a good question. They will ask you if you're doing it for a business. They'll ask you if you're doing it for a business, and they'll have you check off that you agree the terms, that you are authorized to use the logo that you're using. And so that's all I did. Like they weren't picky. Hey, see, Jenny. Thanks for Rita. Thanks, Noodles. Where am I now? Right now, I'm at the studio. I'm at our studio in West Bloomfield, Michigan, suburb of Detroit. I'm Doug Cohen. I know you know this, E, but for anybody else, we are FrameableFaces Photography. This is the studio that we own. This is where we broadcast from. The kids couldn't use a Hornet for school use for that. They tried to use like their mascot, like their logo, and they couldn't use it for their school? Really? Oh, no problem, Claudia. Wow. I wonder if you can dispute it or contact them and ask why. Or maybe, that's really interesting. That's really interesting. Maybe they have some kind of restriction on public places. Because if it's a public school, maybe they have they were denied 3 times. Maybe they have some kind of restriction on public places or government involvement. Maybe you can't just geofence a government institution, which I guess a public school would be considered, right? Maybe that's the deal. I don't know. Don't know the answer to that one. Didn't help them, didn't know they were trying, huh? Maybe the administration needs to get involved and it has to come from an official school email or something, or an official school account. That could be a safety thing, or it could just be, did I check out what you just sent me? Not yet, Jenny. Did you tweet me something? But that could be, it might just be that Snapchat didn't match up the school logo with the Snapchat account. Maybe it was just some random person's Snapchat account and they didn't believe that Snapchatter was authorized to use a school logo. I bet that was something. I bet that might have had something to do with it. Can nonprofits use this? I believe they can. I believe as long as you're authorized to use whatever logo you're using, I'm sure it's probably fine. And I'm sure when Snapchat, it could be the logo issue. When we submitted our logo, that's FrameableFaces Photography, we did it from the FrameableFaces Snapchat account. That's the name of our account, FrameableFaces. You DM'd me yesterday. Did I respond to it? That could be it, because they recognize that our account is called FrameableFaces, so they figure, oh, this is their logo because they're FrameableFaces. That could have been it. I did. See, Jenny Lee, I responded to you about the concert photography. Is that what you're talking about? Jenny? I did check that out. It was really cool. Okay. Anything else? Really cool. Any other questions? Thoughts, comments, concerns? I will leave this up on replay. We're just about 33 minutes in, so I think that's a pretty good time. I usually try to keep these shows for a half hour. You are welcome. Thanks for being here. I hope this helps. If you use this, please let us know. Snap us on Snapchat and let us know, and then we can check it out. Follow us on Snapchat just at FrameableFaces. And I want to give a little plug also. Tonight at 10:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Pacific Time, Allie and I are going to be guest hosts on Blab on He Said, Red Said, which is Vicky Fitch's show on Blab. So that should be a lot of fun. So if any of you are up tonight and you're on Blab, you have Blab, and you're interested and you want to come by and hang out, it should be a lot of fun. We will be on Blab tonight at 10:30 Eastern Time on He Said, Red Said, which is Vicky Fitch's show. Yay! All right, so have a great day, everybody. We will be on Blab tonight at 10:30. Yes, the blabbing, it's Vicky Fitch's Blab. So, yeah. Blabbing ID fine. Yeah. No problem, MJ. You'll be there. Nice, Claudia. We'll see you tonight then. 10:30 tonight on Blab, and then Allie and I will be back tomorrow morning for the Doug and Allie show. All right, have a great day, everybody. Bye.